Okay, so we also need to open another window, right?
Sure.
Is that how we usually do this?
I don't remember.
I don't know. Either.
I always forget every month how to do it.
Chat messages.
Essentially, yeah.
To approve or remove them. No, I don't want to do that.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to the Restricted Book Club.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about the Westerns that we read this month.
Yes. Which I read Coal Black Horse by Robert Olmsted.
And I read Woe to Live On by Daniel Woodrell. And we're drinking some Apocalypse IPA. Yeah, in case you were curious.
That is what we will be sipping on this evening.
Yes. So, do you want to start or should I?
Don't matter. I can start.
I just walked in the door, so I'm a little
flustered.
Still a little flustered.
I'll start then.
Okay.
I don't know about like my makeup right now. I was trying for like a unicorn inspired look because I looked at my shirt and I was like, I want to look like a unicorn.
I like it.
So I just put a bunch of makeup on.
I did boring neutral colors today.
Yeah. I thought about that, but then I was like, fuck it, unicorns are cool. So anyway, and I read a book about a horse. So, you know.
Horses are almost unicorns.
Horses are almost unicorns. This horse was described as being quite majestic, so, you know. But yeah, this book took place during the Civil War, and a 14-year-old boy is sent out by his mother to go and find his father and bring him home. But, yeah.
Happy Mother's Day, by the way.
Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Pet moms.
Yeah.
Also, you know.
I'm a pet mom.
People who mother drunk girls in bar bathrooms. Happy Mother's Day to you, too.
Megan's done that a few times. Oh. Frozen. Is it still going? I guess
it's still going. It's a lag. But yeah, so this boy it's kind of a coming of age tale, I would say, because he kind of figures out what kind of man he wants to be on his journey, kind of without even realizing it. Just the events that happen lead him to make some choices about the kind of man he will become and does become on his trip. So it was written, like writing in it was beautiful. It took me a little while to get into it. I wasn't really feeling it at first. I think it probably took me a solid 50 pages to really get into it. It really I felt like it over-described some things. I mean, the language was really beautiful, but I felt like it kind of over-described some of the scenery and
It's a pretty short book too.
Yeah, it is. It's only 218 pages.
I think mine's about the same. 126.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know if I rated this yet or not because I wanted to think about it, but I think I'm going to go with 4 stars.
Yeah.
It was a solid 4-star book. It was pretty good. Yeah.
In my book, Woe to Live On is also set during the Civil War. And the main character is part of a Confederate bushwhacker group, which was a guerrilla group, GEU.
Guerrilla, not
Is it GEU or UE? EU, right?
EU.
But yeah, they're a rogue group of Confederate soldiers. And the book starts out with them. They're dressed as Union soldiers. This is set in the Ozarks, which is where we live. It's set in Missouri and Kansas primarily, I think. But they are dressed as Union soldiers, and they come upon this family, and they ask, are you loyal to the Union? And of course the family says yes. And so then they kill the father and the son of the family and leave the mother and daughter alive.
Oh.
So it starts out with the main character doing something really terrible. Mm-hmm. And then as the book goes on, you actually come to like him. So it's really interesting, and it kind of is I think the theme of the book is sort of the things you'll do for the people you love, because he doesn't really care that much about the Confederate cause, but he's there because his best friend who he grew up with and is like a brother to him. Although sometimes I felt like maybe he was in love with him. I'm not sure.
Interesting.
So he was in this group, and so he just kind of followed him there. And then there's also like a black man in this bushwhacker group, and he's also there because he's with, a man that he's best friends with. And so sort of at the end, both of these characters are like, we don't really care about the Confederate,
right?
The Confederate cause, so we're gonna leave. And it was really good. I also gave this 4 stars. The writing took a while for me to get used to. It's written kind of in a formal manner, like the dialogue was much more formal than I would have expected it to be. But the main character is he's the son of Dutch immigrants, and he was born in, I think they said Hamburg, which is in Germany, right?
Yeah.
So he was born in Europe, so maybe that's why his speech is more formal.
Right.
I'm not sure, but I enjoyed the writing. This is the second book by Daniel Woodrell that I've read. I read Winter's Bone a couple of years ago, and I liked that one too, so I'll probably pick up some more by him. And it's kind of cool that it's set where we live,
in our area,
because people don't write about the Ozarks ever.
There's not much to write about except for mess in the Civil War. So.
Yeah, and it does suck that all his books are like maybe not the most positive depiction of the Ozarks. But I can't say that they're not realistic.
It looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck. It's probably a duck.
Yeah, there's a lot of meth in the Ozarks. Yeah, but I don't partake, obviously.
No, nor do I. No, thank you.
I'd be much skinnier if I were a meth head.
But you may not have any teeth. So it's a trade-off.
Right.
Which I guess would make you in turn even lighter.
Because I have no teeth.
Yes. Hi, Mindy.
Hi. Mindy, you read a Western, didn't you? I think she did.
I think she did as well.
Yeah, anybody watching, if you want to tell us what you read and what you thought of it, and do you usually read Westerns? Like, was this out of the box for you? It kind of was for us.
Definitely was for us.
Yeah. I've read a Western or two in my day, but it's not. I used to read the shit out of Louis L'Amour when I was in, 5th grade. I read so much Louis L'Amour, but I haven't read any Westerns in quite a while.
I don't know that I have ever read a Western. I was trying to think about it.
Really? Never?
I don't think so.
Wow.
I can't think of a single book I've read, because I was like, surely I've read a Western. I can't think of one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mindy read The Revenant by Michael Punk? The Revenant, is that the one they made the movie out of with Leonardo DiCaprio that he won the Oscar for?
I think so. Mindy,
I didn't realize that was a Western, if so.
Yeah.
I didn't really know anything about it other than that he
slept
inside a grizzly bear at one point.
Oh.
Right? Didn't he?
I don't know.
To keep warm, I thought he killed a grizzly bear.
Well, they just ripped that off from Star Wars.
Does that happen in Star Wars?
Not with a bear, but with a creature, No.
No, I don't.
Han Solo cuts it open, stuffs Luke in there. Tauntaun, thank you.
Oh, I said Tom. I haven't seen Star Wars, guys. Ginger, hi Ginger. Read Lonesome Dove. Oh, I've been. I kind of want to read that. It's so huge, though. My mom loves it was a mini series.
Oh,
and my mom loves that, but and she said she really liked it. I've heard it's really good. Liz, hi Liz.
Hi Liz.
Didn't know you were reading Westerns this month, or would have joined you.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Bummer.
And Mindy said The Revenant is a really good movie. I mean, I assumed it would be, considering it, won an Oscar. Well, Leonardo won an Oscar for it, right?
Finally.
I don't know if the movie won any other Oscars.
Yeah.
Ginger, I guess you could consider the Walt Longmire mystery series as Westerns. The MC is a sheriff in Wyoming.
Okay.
I haven't heard of those.
I haven't either.
Mystery is another genre that we don't read too much.
Yeah, but we both have read mystery books this year that we liked.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
For this challenge.
Yeah.
Again.
So this challenge is doing what it's supposed to do. It's broadening our horizons.
Because I can't remember the last Western I read. It's been a long time. And I liked this one. So, and then I went and bought Cold Black Horse at the library sale. So
they put a sticker right. This drives me crazy. Like right up here. Oh, there's purple hair dye on this book. And I can't. I've been trying to get it off, but I've got it like some of the way off.
I've heard that if you blow dry them before you go to peel them off, it'll like melt the glue and they'll come off easier. I tried it once though, and it kind of worked, but not that well. So maybe I didn't do it long enough. But
I think there's also a highlighter on here because look, it's shimmery. I got purple hair dye and highlighter on this book somehow, and I'm not really sure how that happens.
I always end up getting mascara on my books because this is probably really unhealthy, but I'll sometimes, if it's like the end of the day and I don't care about my makeup anymore, I'll start like picking the mascara off of my eyelashes, and then I'll like touch my book and
get it all in there. I think that I like do this a lot. Like I sit with my face in my hand, and so I get highlighter. Yeah, I've got some under now, so I think that maybe is what happens. I don't know, but highlighter.
Liz said a Western she liked in the past was The Sisters Brothers. Sort of has a Coen Brothers feel to it.
All right,
that's cool. I'll I want to pick up more Westerns because it's actually a genre I enjoy, and like it's kind of nostalgic for me because I used to watch Westerns with my dad.
Yeah. That's cool.
He loves Clint Eastwood.
There you go. That's pretty cool.
Also, Tombstone is just a great movie too.
Yeah, I like Tombstone.
Yeah.
Let's see. Books and baking says librarian or pastry chef. Go. Do you mean
would we rather be?
Would I rather hang out with? Which one would I rather eat?
I definitely.
Which one would I rather kill in a zombie apocalypse so I could survive?
I'd rather be a librarian because I don't like cooking.
Same.
I would rather kill in a zombie apocalypse. That's tough because and the librarian would probably have a lot of knowledge, but a pastry chef can cook,
right?
And that could be useful.
Could you do a lot of baking in an apocalypse situation?
So maybe a librarian would be more useful.
Yeah. So I think I'd probably kill a pastry chef, and then like hang out with. I mean, I have a lot of friends who like books that I could talk to about books now.
Pastry chef would bake you things,
right? And we don't like to cook, so if we could add a pastry chef to our entourage, so there you go. We answered.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you just wanted to know, would you rather be? But we answered a lot of questions there, so now you know.
Cold Black Horse takes some getting used to. I can't remember what it was about, but the writing style takes some getting used to.
Yeah, it took a while for me to get into it too, so I'm glad to hear someone else say that because I had a little bit of struggle time getting into it. But
Meg is just popping on, but I just read Unbury Carol by Josh Mallerman. Oh,
that's on my TBR.
Western. That sounds cool. I loved Bird Box. We both loved Bird Box.
We did, and I just added Unbury Carol to my TBR because it came up on like these book lists that show up on like Book Riot and those sites that are like books that you need to read if you like or like new books you need to read. Yeah, those get me because I'm like, oh yeah, those all sound great. Add them to my TBR. But yeah, I can't remember. I'm trying to find Unbury Carol because I can't remember exactly what it was about. But I know that here it is. So yeah, she's died, a woman who's died many times, but her deaths are not final. Their comas. Would you stop that?
Goodreads. Looking Goodreads. Why can't they update their app? It sucks. It's been years and years, and it still sucks. Like, update your fucking website.
Jesus Christ.
And make it usable.
Jesus. Oh, it has an outlaw. There's an infamous outlaw.
You know what? One of my favorite romance novels I ever read was like a Western romance novel. Yeah, but looking back on it now, because I read it when I was in high school, and I've actually read it like 2 or 3 times. It's been a long time since I read it, but it was called When Lightning Strikes, I think.
Oh.
But it also kind of involved like time travel, not exactly time travel, which is also my weakness.
Right, time travel romance. Yep.
But yeah, it was a Western outlaw thing. But like looking back on it now, I'm like, that relationship was pretty problematic. But you know, I enjoyed it. I'd probably still enjoy it if I read it again.
Yeah. Some books are just fun to read.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel like I was gonna say something else and then it left my brain.
I really am racking my brain trying to figure out if I have ever read a Western before this one.
I don't know. I read so much Louis L'Amour that I don't remember what I read and what I didn't. I do know that the first book I read by him was Comstock Lode, because it's like, you know, you ever feel that like when you get into an author and you read a lot of their work, you always remember the first book you read,
because that's what like got you excited and into that author.
So I remember that one pretty clearly. It was the same with Dean Koontz. Like the first Dean Koontz book I read was Soul Survivor, and I remember that book. And then like the rest of his books that I read after that just mostly all just meld together in my brain. So I don't remember what I've read and what I haven't.
That's fair.
And same with Mary Higgins Clark. That was another author when I was in middle school.
Yeah.
Because I used to do that. I don't really do that anymore, where I just like get hooked on an author and read their whole, as much of them as I can.
I've been doing that. I feel like I've been doing that more recently, because there's been a couple of authors here lately that I'm like, oh, I really like them. I want to read more of their stuff, which Octavia Butler I did that with, but that's because she's royalty and
right. But she doesn't have a huge body of work though. Like it would be almost impossible to read all of like Dean Koontz's books.
Right, because he's
not prolific. Not impossible, but I mean,
would eat up a lot of your
books. Yeah. Or like Stephen King. Try to read all Stephen King's books.
Yeah, that would be quite the time suck. But yeah, Margaret Atwood is another one. I'm going to try to read all of her works too. But
I need to read more by her and see if I can get into her, because
I'm trying to think like there's one that she wrote. It was the one she wrote fairly recently. That one would be a good one to read because it's not as like Margaret Atwoody, and it's kind of silly.
Okay.
So that would be like a good. It's good. It's just kind of like it's fun and silly. But I loved The Blind Assassin, but that is very Margaret Atwoody.
Yeah, I didn't hate The Handmaid's Tale or anything, but I just didn't care for it that much.
Yeah.
Anyway, any other questions or comments about Westerns? Westerns? I was kind of looking up the definition of Westerns, because I was like, is this a Western if it's set in the Ozarks? Which isn't technically the West, but I think maybe it just means like west of the Mississippi.
That would make sense, because like at that time, that was
right.
That was
West.
Yeah.
The Wild West.
The Wild
West. Actually, do you remember that show, The Wild Wild West? I used to watch that as a kid. It was like an old Western show.
I don't remember that.
Well, it was kind of a Western and kind of, I don't know, he was like not a spy. Was he a spy? I don't know. If anybody knows what I'm talking about,
then
let me know. But I'm pretty sure it was called The Wild Wild West, and I used to watch it a lot. But I don't know what any of the actors' names were on it or anything. But anyway, Liz asked, would you call Native American that are set in the West Westerns? If so, the Tony Hillerman books are great. I suppose it'd be Westerns. I mean, I think
set in the West.
Yeah, and it's like during a certain time period, like the 1800s, maybe.
Okay.
Like when the West was being settled.
When the West was young.
When the West was one.
Young and one.
Mindy didn't hear what your Western was.
Mine was Coal Black Horse by Robert Olmsted. So.
Oh, Meg says some people consider King's Gunslinger series a Western, but I don't know, kind of a stretch. I could maybe see that. I read like a fourth of the first book of that when I was like 14, and then I DNF'd it because I thought it was real fucking boring.
Wow.
But I was only 14, so maybe if I gave it another go. Although I feel like my attention span is shorter now as an adult.
I do too.
And I don't know, because like when I was a kid, I was like 12. I read like all the Lord of the Rings books and fucking loved them. And
sucked right in.
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah.
Now, I mean, I've read them as an adult too, and I still really enjoyed them. But if I wasn't like buddy reading them with someone, I don't know if I could have like made myself concentrate on it. You know?
Yeah, I have a hard time just sitting through a movie.
Me too.
Like, Jesus Christ, we watched the original Blade Runner, which is like 3 years long.
Really?
And like I had a hard time. We had to like stop it and then watch the rest of it a different day because I was like, I cannot do this anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I put off watching the Lord of the Rings movies, is because I know they're so long, and my boyfriend has the extended edition.
We have those too, yeah.
So I'm like, oh, they're going to be so fucking long.
Those are some of the only movies that I don't have a problem sitting through.
Really?
The first one is kind of boring, though.
I've watched the first one when I was like 15 and didn't like it.
Yeah, the first one's my least favorite.
But I was trying to think if I had any more to say about this book. I finished it a couple of weeks ago, so it's not super fresh in my brain. But it was, you know, kind of depressing. And like I said, I was a little iffy on like whether there was like a sort of, if the main character was maybe like bisexual or something, because he ends up married to a woman at the end. But it's kind of a marriage of convenience, because his friend, who I kind of thought perhaps he was in love with, I don't know,
right,
gets her pregnant, and then he dies.
Oh.
And so she's left, you know, pregnant and no husband, which at the time was like very taboo.
Right. Then.
And so he marries her too. But like they seem to actually have feelings for each other too. So I don't know. It's kind of strange, but yeah.
Interesting.
And also it was surprising because throughout the book, like I figured he was fairly young. But you know, maybe in his 20s or something. And you don't find out until the very end that he's only 19 years old.
Wow.
And he's like gone through some shit and done some shit.
Same with this kid in here, like.
But it's also, sorry. You know, like I said, it starts out with him killing 2 people. And then, like, again, like toward the end, you find out that he's a virgin, which is like kind of like he's, you know, killed several people before he is losing his virginity, you know. So it's just.
Yeah, there were a lot of like.
Outside.
Oh, Sasha, do you want to go outside? Thanks, babe. She's been batshit crazy today.
Really?
Yes, she's nuts. But yeah, like this kid goes through a lot. Like I said, it's kind of a little bit of a fucked up coming of age story, but he he sees some of the battlefields or whatever that some of the like Civil War battles were fought on, and like he sees the dead and dying soldiers, and he encounters the best and the worst of people. You know, he has some people who help him out on his journey, but then he also encounters some people who he realizes would, you know, kind of take him for whatever he had. And it doesn't matter what side they're on, or if they're on no one's side, they'll kill him all the same. So, yeah, he goes through quite a bit of shit at 14.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine dealing with that kind of shit when I was 14.
Right.
But it's pretty crazy.
Mindy said her fiance just said something profound. So we don't have less attention span. It's that when you're an adult, your time is more precious and we're not willing to sit through long stuff. That's an interesting point, but I think for me, I just end up wasting most of my time anyway.
Wah, wah.
So I think for me, it's that I have the internet in my pocket all the time. So I'm like, oh,
yeah, I'm here.
And so I just waste all my time on the internet. Which I need to like restrict my phone time or something, because I will like I'll be like, I'm gonna read, and I'll like read a chapter, and then I'll get on my phone and sit on my phone for like longer than it took me to read the chapter probably.
I do that. Like I get on my phone because often end up fairly drained at the end of the day because I deal with people all day long and I'm an extreme introvert. So I'll come home and I just want to not think. And so I just end up dicking around on my phone instead of reading or take a nap. Sometimes I start reading and I just fall asleep.
Yeah, I do that too sometimes. Although, I mean, I don't have to deal with people for the most part for my job because I work from home, but
my office is like Grand Central Station.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish I didn't work from home though, because I think my social skills are deteriorating more and more.
I think that I almost have like less patience with things. Fewer patience? I don't know the grammatically correct way to say that. I'm not as patient. We'll go with that. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not as patient just because I think that I maybe use all of that up, or I, end up in situations where I need to be a little bit more assertive more quickly. And so it's advantageous to me to be less patient, but it's frustrating when I'm not at work and I'm not as patient. So
Ginger said her husband was flipping through the TV channels and came across Lonesome Dove.
Nice. That's serendipitous.
Yeah. And that's another one that I'm like, I would like to watch it, but it's so long.
It's so long.
It's so long.
So long.
I used to watch, one of my favorites to watch with my dad as a kid was Hang 'em High.
Okay.
Clint Eastwood.
All right.
Yeah. He also liked the Outlaw Josie Wales. Yeah. I'm glad he wasn't a John Wayne guy, though.
Yeah, John Wayne's kind of the worst.
I've seen one John Wayne movie ever, and it pissed me off. And that was even when I was like a teenager, which I was, I was less aware of feminism and things like that as a teenager. And even then, I was like, this is not okay.
This is some bullshit is what this is.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe there's other better John Wayne movies, but that one, I don't remember what the movie was called, but he spanked a woman in it, and I think that's all you need to know. And not as a kink or
like
anything.
Consensual, fun,
it was
playtime
like,
thing.
well, I mean, she like giggled and stuff, but it was like, you've been a bad girl, and it was just like, ugh,
inappropriate.
My eyes rolling back in my head so far that I can see my brain. Next is Clint Eastwood is the best Western dude. I agree. Sam Elliott.
Seems reasonable.
Julie, I used to watch a lot of Westerns when I was a kid, but looking back, some of them are super problematic. Yikes. A lot of stuff looking back.
It's fairly problematic.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can't even hardly watch. Like, I tried to watch, what was it, Miss Congeniality? I did watch it. But there was even things in it, like old rom-coms from like the 90s, early 2000s and stuff. Now, watching them now, I'm like, I cringe a lot.
Kind of icky.
Yeah. But, I didn't notice it when I was younger.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah. We got anything else to say about Westerns?
No, except for that I'm maybe a little more motivated to read them now because I read one.
Yeah,
I liked it.
The challenge, did what it was supposed to do, which was kind of introduce us to a genre we weren't as inclined to pick up, and now we might be more inclined.
Yeah, maybe more open to that idea.
Yeah. So that's good.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I've been having pretty good luck with my challenge books this year.
I have been too. Like, I don't think have I read anything that I really hated for this challenge? I don't think so. No, because I think the book I liked the least was the one I read for the Half Halloween-a-thon, the 1 Second After book.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably the book I've read this year that I liked the least.
I think my lowest rated book I've read this year was on Uncommon Type, which was Tom Hanks's short story collection, which wasn't like terrible, and the writing, the prose were nice, but the stories were just so boring and pointless.
That's hard to slog through it.
Ginger said Outlaw Josie Wales, probably my favorite Clint Eastwood movie. 2 Mules for Sister Sarah was kind of funny. I'm not sure. I mean, I probably watched that one as a kid, but I don't remember.
I mean, I'm kind of sold on the name.
Yeah. Mindy just picked up Lonesome Dove this month, so we'll read it. We'll read that sometime.
Let us know what you think.
Let us know how it is. I kind of want to read Gone with the Wind too, but I don't know.
I really can't.
I
can't.
Would enjoy that one or not. I've seen the movie. For some reason, we had to watch that in class in eighth grade.
Watched part of it. I don't think we watched the whole thing.
I'm not sure if we watched the whole thing.
God, I can't words today. Words are hard.
But I know we watched at least part of it. Like, why?
but why though?
But why though?
But why though? Yeah, it's if I could make an accurate judgment based on the movie, I can say I probably won't like the book. So
yeah. But frankly, my dear,
I don't give a damn.
Meg asked if we're doing the Scallywag-a-thon. I think there's a Western challenge on the map. I don't know. I thought about doing it, but since we just did a readathon, I thought I didn't want to get like readathon burnout.
And then just get like reading burnout. Yeah. That's what happens to me if I try to read.
But we were thinking about doing the Cramathon, which is in June.
Yes, I think we're going to do that.
Because I really like doing readathons, but I think I need like breaks in between.
Same. Yeah, I can't do too many like in a row.
But the Scallywag-a-thon does look really fun.
It does look super fun.
Because the map thing is really cute and a awesome idea.
Give us an excuse to dress like pirates.
I know. We need to do that pirate tag that we got tagged in a long time ago.
Yeah, we do. Also, that would give us an excuse to dress like pirates.
Right. So. And I have my frilly shirt that I bought for Labyrinth.
There you go. That's a piratey shirt.
So I can wear that as a piratey shirt.
Ha! Ha!
You got that fucker.
I got that fucking sticker off. That's been driving me crazy. So I've been fiddling with it this whole time. And that son of a bitch is gone. Bye, sticker.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thing. I just saw it and it was irking me and I couldn't ignore it any longer.
I also want to read more books set during the Civil War, I think, because I haven't read much set during the Civil War in general.
I haven't either. I have the book Cold Mountain and I like the movie Cold Mountain, which is why I bought the book. And I haven't read it yet. I think I started it and then I got distracted. And then I started something else and just didn't go back to it. But I want to read that.
I've never seen the movie or read the book.
Yeah, I like the movie. It's pretty bleak, but
yeah.
I mean, I guess the
Civil War was
pretty terrible.
Yeah.
So,
it's not like the bloodiest war in U.S. history or something.
I think so. Meg says Jack White was so good in Cold Mountain. He was
Jack
really good.
White, the singer?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, he was good in it. Yeah. I love Nicole Kidman. My husband hates her. And I guess I get that because she's, whatever. She's, I guess, a little weird, but I love her. And I think she was great in that. But, yeah.
I don't really have an opinion on her.
I think she's gorgeous, and I like her.
Random aside story. I was walking into CVS today, and the cashier there, I walked in, and she goes, "Is your name Megan?" And I said, "No." She goes, "Oh, okay." I was like,
"That's weird."
Yeah.
The CVS on National?
No, the one right by my house on Glenstone.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. I think maybe there was someone on the phone asking if for someone
named Megan
that was there, and she thought maybe since I was just walking in, but I was like,
Megan.
Anyway,
not Megan. That's weird. Weird.
Anyone have any other questions or comments
about westerns?
I should have read this reading group guide in the back I was going to, and then I kind of forgot about it.
I skimmed this one. I was trying not to give spoilers about this book, though, because there are a few other things I could talk about. But
I gave spoilers for mine.
I did not want to give
Yeah, one thing about this is that I've learned, like, since reading it, I've actually learned that this historically, I mean, it's a fictional account, like these people didn't really exist, but the events are actually pretty accurate to what was going on in this area, because Missouri was on the border of Confederate and Union.
It was a border state.
Yeah, so there was a lot of like bushwhacker groups that were going through and killing people, and my mom told me she had read stuff about it, and she said that she had read that this area, like the area where I'm from, which is not far from here, was like people basically deserted it because it was a route from, there was some like place supply area where the soldiers would come through and they would just like burn everything on their way and kill people. And so people just left, and this area was like fairly deserted.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So I think the depiction of, you know, what was going on in this area was fairly accurate, which is kind of terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ginger says, speaking of Nicole Kidman, I just finished binging Big Little Lies on HBO last night. I didn't know she was in that.
I didn't either.
I waited to watch it until after I read the book. Enjoyed both book and adaptation. I've heard good things about that. I haven't read the book.
I haven't either.
Yeah, I don't have HBO, so.
Nope, I just have the Netflix and the Hulu.
The Netflix. I just have the Netflix.
Yeah.
I can't even watch my regular TV stations because my antenna broke, and I haven't. You'll laugh every time I say antenna.
I can't help it. I'm sorry.
I say antenna like a country girl. Right?
I can't help it. You can laugh every time I say packet if you want.
Packet.
I
don't know. Like, I honestly didn't even know I said antenna weird until I was an adult.
Yeah. I think that's normal. Like, I think you have blind spots until you like encounter more people outside of your like, you know, childhood surroundings, and you're like, oh,
yeah.
Perhaps I say things weird.
I also say something that I didn't realize until an adult, that I don't think I'm mispronouncing it, because I looked it up and saw that there was like multiple acceptable pronunciations, but I say one that's not very common. I say peony, and most people say peony.
I use them interchangeably.
I've always said peony.
Yeah, I think I use those two words interchangeably, because we have some along the fence out there, and I'm never really quite sure how to say it.
Yeah.
So I say it both ways.
Yeah, we had some in our yard when I was like at my parents' house. I mean, well, actually, I might not still be there because my dad likes to mow over them. But yeah, my mom said peony, so I said peony.
Peony.
Nicole Kidman's amazing in Big Little Lies. It's hard to watch. The abuse scenes were really hard for her to film, and it shows. Yeah, I don't really know what Big Little Lies is about.
I don't either.
But I tend to watch shit TV most of the time. Like, TV's my like turn off my brain time, so I watch like funny things and silly, stupid stuff. I started watching that Agritsuko. That's like that.
With like the, I don't know what kind of critter it is.
She's a red panda.
There we go.
But she
death metal karaoke.
Yeah, and I don't think it's for me. I'm just not into anime, and so I find it kind of obnoxious.
Fair.
But it's a cute show. But every time she sings a death metal song, it sounds like the same song, just with different words. So
didn't try very hard. Yeah, I usually just watch like The Handmaid's Tale or ER. Those are my two shows.
What did I watch before I watched Agritsuko? I was watching New Girl. Just kind of admittedly not a great show, but I think it's funny and it makes me laugh. So
okay, if you like it, watch it. I mean, ER is the quintessential like 90s medical drama, so it's not like it's an amazing show either.
I used to watch ER when I was a kid.
That's still my jam.
Alexander Skarsgård. I didn't know all these people were in that show.
I am now. I kind of want to see it.
Yeah. What else? Should we pick a new challenge for next month?
We should. I think I still have our buckets.
I hope we were just choosing him. I thought we were like.
Oh, do you want to actually like? Oh no, this is different. Let's just actually choose one.
Do we have the list somewhere?
Get it on. So yeah, I was looking at like makeup ideas.
I wanted to do fun makeup today, but I didn't really have time, so I'm just playing stuff.
Yeah, I just wanted to look like a unicorn, so that was my goal. All right.
Meg just binge watched Evil Genius last night, and holy crap, it was the craziest thing I've seen in a while. I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
Never heard of that.
I'm not sure what that is. I don't know. All right. So what do we want?
Anyone have any requests for
next
challenges
month?
to do next month? Nicole, this is Evil Genius. Has Nicole Kidman also? Reese Witherspoon, Shailene Woodley, Laura Dern, Zoe Kravitz. Dang.
Damn.
I have to look that up.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, so does anybody have any suggestions or challenges that you'd like to do for next month?
We could do, oh, they're from Big Little Lies.
Okay.
I see. We could do, since you just mentioned a true crime documentary, we could read a book of true crime.
We could.
Although I actually already completed that challenge.
Oh, did you? I haven't yet.
Or we could do, I don't know.
We could do.
Ooh, there is a new true crime book about the Golden State Killer. Yeah, I've been seeing that one everywhere because they just finally caught the Golden State Killer.
Yeah, because he was a cop, right?
I believe
so.
Him?
Huh.
And Liz is reading it right now.
Nice.
I actually already read Killers of the Flower Moon, which is a true crime. And it was really good. So, I mean, we could do that if you want to, but
well,
it'd be easy for me because I already did it.
You already did it. Yeah, we can do it. Let's do that because I haven't done it yet either, and I'm gonna read that In Cold Blood by Truman Capote for that one. So,
all right, so let's discuss books of true crime next month.
Let's do that.
Next be the second Sunday of the month again of June. That's next month, right?
So that will be that's this month. Okay, it'll be the 10th.
Yeah, the 10th.
So Sunday, June 10th at 6 p.m. Mindy
will read Helter Skelter.
Ooh.
I actually have that. I own that book and it's on my TBR, so maybe I'll try to just read that.
Yeah,
also for funsies.
Yeah, I would like to read that because
nothing's more fun than Charles Manson.
You know, old Charlie. He's a bundle of laughs.
Fun fact: my hometown is mentioned in that book.
Oh,
because Charles Manson apparently had friends in Ava, Missouri.
In Ava Mo,
who he wrote to while he was in prison. And I was like, of course, Charles Manson had friends in Ava.
Yeah.
Every time I tell people where I'm from, like people who are from around this area, if I'm like, oh, I'm from Ava, they go, ooh.
Ooh. Yeah, that's the reaction you want.
Yeah.
See, anytime I say I'm from Gladwin, Michigan, even people who are from Michigan are like,
never heard of it.
That is.
Yeah.
But it's like a little 2,000 people town, so.
Yeah, Ava has 3,000 people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So Ava's bigger than Gladwin.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger, but Ginger hasn't read much true crime. Read In Cold Blood over 35 years ago. Really good.
I've heard really good things about it. I'm really excited to read it.
I read it like 2 or 3 years ago, probably like 3 years ago.
Yeah, because you read it for the book club, right? The other book club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was really good.
Oh, Ginger says Gladwin isn't far from Bay City, right? Yeah, that's right. It's like an hour and like 15 minutes north of Bay City. My dad was a firefighter in Bay City, Michigan.
Bay City Rollers.
I think it's a different thing. I think that's California. But no, my dad was a firefighter in Bay City for like 25 years. He actually just retired. So
Oh.
Yeah, pretty close to Bay City. I used to live in Bay City. On Catherine Street. Which is now not a great area. But at the time was not bad.
Yeah. Ava's not near anything. When people don't know where it is, they're like, what's that near? I'm like,
nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Literally nothing.
Ginger originally from Essexville, Bay City. Well, that's cool. That's pretty boss.
All right. Do we have anything else to add?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I'll probably pick up another Western sometime soon.
Yeah, you should read this sometime soon.
Yeah, and I also have the book True Grit by Charles Portis, which I've seen. I haven't seen the original movie. Had John Wayne in it, I think. I haven't seen that one, but I saw the remake they did with Matt Damon, I think, is in it. And oh my God, I can never remember the name of the older guy. He's a very famous actor, and I can never remember. Jeff? Is it Jeff Bridges? Might be Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges. Yeah, I've seen that one, and I didn't really care for it, to be honest with you. But I thought maybe the book would be better.
Yeah, probably.
The dude.
Yeah,
the dude abides.
The dude abides.
Yeah. So maybe I'll pick up Cold Black Horse, and
I recommend it. I kind of want you to read this so that we can talk about it, because I want to talk about it, but I don't want to ruin it for you because I know you bought it. So like I want to know what you think of it, because there's some weird shit that happens in here.
Oh, okay.
And I want to know.
Okay, maybe I'll pick it up soon. It's a pretty short one.
Yeah, it's good.
They're all like all these Westerns are about the same size, because I was just thinking that True Grit is probably about the same length as both of these books.
Oh, really?
Is that like a rule? Well, I guess Lonesome Dove is certainly not short.
So maybe not. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and I actually also own Comstock Load by Louis L'Amour, but I haven't read it since I was probably like 11.
Oh wow. I think that'd be interesting to like go back and reread it now as an adult and just see what you think.
Yeah. I have a feeling, I don't know, I'm kind of afraid to read it again because I have a feeling I won't like it as much. Because I remember that there was like a rape scene in it. I mean, not like a extremely detailed one or anything, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, there's a rape scene in this one, in Cold Black Horse too.
Mindy said the Revenant is also about this long. Interesting.
Maybe it's a Western conspiracy.
I'll have to look into the Revenant though, because I didn't realize that was a Western.
I didn't either. Maybe that'll be my next Western read.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We've just opened our world to a whole new genre.
Whole new world. Yeah. Sorry. So anyway.
Yeah. Shall we wrap this up? It's been almost an hour.
I think so.
Reading all the Elmore Leonard Westerns.
Toki Death Hammer.
Toki Death Hammer.
Toki Death Hammer.
I like it.
I like it.
Yeah, I'll have to look up some of the ones you guys mentioned because I'm not well versed in Westerns.
Nor I. Yeah.
I haven't heard a lot of those.
Yeah. I'll have to check it out. So, so next month, second Sunday of June.
Oh, Justified. My boyfriend loves that show. Is that based on those books?
I don't know.
I haven't watched Justified. I feel like I would maybe like it. My boyfriend, he went on just like a gritty Western TV show kick for a while, and he was just watching. But he loves Justified.
World War II documentaries. So he's branching out.
Well, I wish he'd go back to World War II documentaries because now he's just been watching old WCW every fucking night, and it's so annoying. I'd rather hear
brother.
I'd rather hear shit about Hitler than hear Hulk Hogan one more fucking time.
And there you have it. Hitler is better than Hulk Hogan.
Don't quote me on that.
I'm just kidding. It's not.
Hulk Hogan is pretty terrible, but he's not Hitler terrible. Justified is based on a short story by Elmore Leonard. Did not know that.
He had to have been born in the South.
Elmore
Leonard.
Elmore Leonard.
That's a Southern name if I ever did hear one.
Yeah. Well, he writes Westerns, so maybe.
Hmm.
I used to know a guy named Delwyn.
Delwyn?
Mm-hmm. I like that name. Yeah, but I was going to say, I haven't watched Justified, but I think I would like it. I probably should watch it. But I fucking love Timothy Olyphant. He's so funny.
A gem.
He's really funny.
Yeah, I like him. He's a gem.
Yeah, but that's our live show for this month. I think we're going to wrap it up. I always think we're going to run out of things to say about halfway through, and then we just keep going.
We just keep on talking. So yeah, Sunday, June 10th, 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Central Standard Time.
We'll talk about some true crime.
Yeah,
it was nice talking to you as well, Ginger.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
And nice talking to everyone else as well, of course.
Of course.
And thank you,
11 of you.
Everyone. 12.
See, I wasn't counting because I think that we count because we have it pulled up too.
Oh,
so okay. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we will get together and talk about some true crime.
Yeah. So, bye everyone. Happy Mother's Day.
Bye. Happy Mother's Day.
All the mothers out there.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day.
Tell your mothers you love them, unless they were shitty moms.
And then tell them thanks for the rent-free womb care for 9 months.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.